Oh, hey guys, welcome back. Today we're talking all about how to find that perfect area to live in Scottsdale, Arizona.
So, we've actually lived in Scottsdale for a long time, over 30 years. And we know the area very well, and we love it. And you know what? We also love answering all your questions. So, we do get a lot of people that are interested in this part of the country, and we love answering your questions. What's it like to live here? What is the housing like? How much does it cost to live here? All those types of questions we get all the time, and we love answering those for you. So just feel free to reach out to us however you want to get a hold of us. We are here for you. You can send us a text message, you can call us, you can email, you can send us a DM, you can make a comment down below, and we'll be able to answer all your questions.
You can even send us a carrier pigeon if you want, or maybe a mail tortoise, although mail tortoise might take a while to get to us, so just be patient if that's your choice of method, but we're always here for you. All right, guys, let's jump right into it. Where's the perfect spot to live in Scottsdale, Arizona? It's a tough question. I mean, lately we've been having a raucous time here in Scottsdale with all the different events going on, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, I mean, we've had, well, number one, Chamber of Commerce weather for all our winter visitors that have been here for the Barrett-Jackson car show, the golf tournament, even the Super Bowl. Was here this year.
Super Bowl just last weekend on Sunday. Barrett-Jackson was the week before that for 2 weeks. And the Waste Management Open, which, fun fact, Waste Management Open is the most popular golf event in the entire PGA Tour, with average attendance of over 200,000 people.
That's per day, isn't it?
Yeah, per day.
Oh, okay.
200,000 per day. And that 200,000, I should specify, is usually Thursday through Sunday.
Right.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday don't normally get as many people, but it's quite a party. You got places like Bottle Blonde and a bunch of other clubs put up tents there. There's live music, all kinds of good fun here in Scottsdale.
And a little bit of golf to go with it too.
Yeah, exactly. But let's jump right into how to find that perfect area. Now, the things on our list, we're going to have 5 different things, but none of them are in any particular order, all of which are basically equally important. But jumping into our first one is ask the experts, which should be us, or if you have any friends or family living down in the area, or anyone else you know around that is in the area, has visited quite often, just ask them what they think and feel. I'm sure what you'll find out is no two people have the same opinion.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people that would recommend that you live like downtown Scottsdale. Other people would recommend you live in far north Scottsdale, where it's quiet and a lot of golf course gated communities. So that's why it's really important to figure out what's important to you and your lifestyle.
Yep, so what's asking the experts is really going to do for you is kind of give you a glimpse of what each of those areas they recommend, what the pros and cons are of it. Because, for instance, someone, as Barbara said, might like Old Town. They should tell you why they like it and why they'd recommend it. Now, that might not be the perfect area for you. You might not like all the things they like about it, which is why getting an opinion on so many different things will give you a good picture of what everything has to offer.
And honestly, you know what? There are a gazillion real estate agents here that you could choose from. But I would highly recommend that you reach out to someone, and when you're interviewing an agent to work with, you ask them, do you live in Scottsdale? How well do you know the area? How many homes have you sold in that area? How many buyers have you helped? Because there's a lot of people that want to work in this area, but they don't necessarily know it very well.
Exactly. I mean, me, myself, I went to middle school, high school here, college right down the street in Scottsdale. Know the area very, very well. And this one here, she's lived here for over 30 years too.
Yes. So the next thing up on our list is what we recommend that you do is if there's a couple of different areas that you think might work for you, we want you to go and visit those areas. We want you to go in the morning. We want you to go during the day. We want you to go in the evening, because it'll give you a good idea of what those areas are like at all different times of the day. In the morning, you might want to start at the home and drive to where your work location is so you can see what the commute time is. There's nothing worse than being on the totally opposite end of the valley and having a huge commute time or having to drive into the sun in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. So if you can be in one of those areas where you're going against the traffic to get to work, you're going to have a easy breezy time getting there. It'll be the same thing going home. And then, yeah, as Barbara said, sun in the face going to work in the morning is never super pleasant. It makes it hard to see and just frustrating. Same thing for coming home from work if you're going right into the sunset. It can be a little annoying at times.
And you know what? Also being out and getting into the neighborhood, and you can kind of see, are like people walking around? Are they walking their dogs? Are kids playing? Maybe you want kids in the area. Maybe you don't want kids in the area. It's all about you and what you're looking for in the perfect neighborhood for you. So if you get out there and kind of walk around a little bit, you should be able to really feel it, and it's kind of like it gives you a good vibe. Either you like it or you don't. And I can usually tell when I'm taking buyers out if they like an area or not. It's just something an aura that they put out. So that's what we're looking for you, is to be able to get out there and just see that.
Yep. Now, if you do need any assistance on what areas to start with, please reach out to us. We can give you a list of a number of different communities all across Scottsdale for you to go check out as kind of a baseline for it, which you may like some of them or not like some of them. And then we would just ask you that, what did you like about these ones and what didn't you like? That way we can further tailor it to you and give you more suggestions of areas to take a look at.
Yep.
And then moving along, as we've kind of touched on before, an important thing is just to have an idea of what it is you're looking for. Now, I always recommend making kind of a pros and cons list of all the pros that you want and all the things that you want with your home, as well as the things that you really...
I call those a must-have and a would like to have list.
Yes, and then also I would add into that the do not want at all part on that list.
You know, there's some people that just absolutely do not want a two-story home.
Yep, or absolutely do not want a pool.
And then they find the perfect home that's a two-story. So
sometimes
it backfires on them. So, but you know, there's some people that obviously a two-story just isn't going to work.
Exactly. So having those in that list will help you, and then will also help us or any agent that you're working with really dial in the specific areas that would work best for you. That way we can recommend those to check out and show you those different areas. Is having that plus and minus is probably, I would say, the most important aspect or thing on our list right here, is having that list, because everything will then stem through that.
Yeah, unless you're going to build a custom home, there's probably no home out there that's going to be perfect and tick all the boxes for you. But if we can get you to like 85, 90, maybe 95%, I think that's a good choice then.
Yeah, unless you have an unlimited budget, then we can probably find that perfect home for you that ticks every single box. But not too many people around, I don't think, have unlimited budgets for homes.
So next up on the list is to kind of create a pros and cons for each community. You might look at some homes in several different communities. So what you'll want to do then is say, what do you like about the community and what you don't like? And that way you can get a better idea of which one, again, is going to get you to your 85, 90% of, your ideal home.
Exactly, because sometimes we find a lot that in one community you might really, really like that house, but the community not so much. Another one you might really, really like the community in the area, but there might just not be a house that you like as much in there. So that's why making the list is important. That way you can really see which things you like and don't like about the specific home or area, whether or not it's, as I mentioned, just the home itself, or if it's the actual area, because that'll help really dial it in to figure out exactly where.
I always say, Josh, when people are looking at homes, look at the things that you can't change. I mean, there's just certain things that you cannot change, and if that's something that's really important to you, then that probably isn't going to work, either because of the location or because of the home. If it's something that you can change, maybe you found a great community and there's a home in there, but it just doesn't meet all your needs. Well, maybe there's some things that we could change about that home so you have a great home and a great location.
Yeah, exactly. And the last one is still touching on the list a little bit, and that's just making sure that when you have those pros and cons and the likes and must-haves or want-to-haves, and once you've compared the different communities, I highly recommend to put things in order of importance. That way you really know what is really important to you. Again, the must-haves and want-to-haves. And again, it's all just about comparing and everything to really find out what's going to be perfect, because there's so many differences and so many different things, all having their benefits and all some having, some detracting factors.
Exactly. And if you're working with an experienced agent, they can kind of point out some things that maybe you weren't aware of. Some things like future appreciation. And is it a good area for future appreciation? Or if for some reason we end up having a downturn in the economy like we did back in 2008, God forbid we should have something like that again, that you're going to be protected and that you're making a good choice when it comes to the home that you choose to purchase.
Well, there are our top 5 recommendations for finding the perfect area here in Scottsdale, but there's so much more and so many nuances to it. So if you have any comments or anything, please leave a comment down
Or
below.
questions, if you have any questions, things that we haven't addressed. Like we said earlier, we're here for you and we want to be able to help you out and get all your questions answered.
Exactly. Just leave a comment down below or send us a DM, text, however you want to get a hold of us. Contact information is listed right down below. We're just here to help and more than happy to answer any and all of your different questions. Well, if you liked that video, please hit that like button. Really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Make sure to get that bell icon on. That way you get notified of all our future content, because we do upload every week. Well, thanks for joining us today. We'll see ya.